Hello, hello, and welcome to our June 16th sharing opportunity. We welcome you to this YouTube link. If this is the first time you have ever joined us, an extra welcome to you. And just so you know, you can comment anytime throughout this live. And every time you make a comment, you are getting entered to win a prize from the sales directors. And if you're watching this as a replay, guess what? It's not too late. You're welcome to comment as well. We always kind of go back and revisit, and you never know when we're going to throw an extra prize in there as well. So every comment enters you for a chance to win a prize. So we're excited about that. And as we start this live stream on YouTube, I see the number going up. We have 7 people joining us live. So please go ahead and say hi and type in your name and your consultant's name as well. Sometimes it just comes up as Facebook user or YouTube user or whatever stream we're using. All right. So I see a lot of consultants, a lot of familiar faces. Yay. Hello, 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 Melinda, to my guest as well. So many of you. So appreciate you saying hi. Let us know who your consultant is. And if it's you, just say it's me. And we're always excited about that. So what our goal is over the next few minutes to share with you a little bit of what we kind of call a peek into pink. So what we like to do is we kind of like to show you a little bit of the behind the scenes with Mary Kay. And I couldn't think of 5 more important women in my life to share with you than the women who you're going to meet tonight. They are all beautiful. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, look at their skin, look at their makeup. They're all very, very intelligent. You're going to enjoy what they have to say. And some of them are even a little bit funny. Actually, they're all a little bit funny, but I don't know how much the humor will come out tonight. But it's going to be entertaining and informational. And we just really appreciate and value the fact that you're willing to give us your time. And most importantly, willing to give us your opinion. So for staying with us tonight, oh, there's Emily saying she's Barbie's. Barbie is her consultant. Sherry saying hi. So we have a lot of people still jumping on. So keep saying hi and commenting your name and your consultant's name. And at the end of this little video, we're going to ask you a question, and we're going to ask you to reach out to your consultant with the answer. And that will get you entered to win even another super fun prize from the directors hosting this event today. Okay, so let me first introduce myself. My name is Jen Albertini. I've actually been building my Mary Kay business for 20 years. Of course, the funny thing I have to say with that is, no, I did not join when I was 10. I know you're all thinking that. I can't be a day over 30. But no. I actually joined this business when I was 30. So 20 years ago. And I do credit the products with keeping my skin healthy, helping me look my best, helping me feel my best. And one of the biggest surprises that I found in building this business was all of the women that wanted to come together and just share ideas and be passionate about the products, be passionate about enriching women's lives, be passionate about our Mary Kay charity. So many things that we are, that we join together and that we are passionate about. And I really had never worked in an atmosphere or even had a career dream where I think that women and men would come together so comfortably with so many commonalities, even though we come from so many different places in the country, in the world, and definitely different places in our lives. So again, I'm excited to introduce you to 5 of my best friends in Mary Kay. And I'm going to start by sharing the screen right now with Ashley Seifert. So I'm going to bring her on. There she is, Ashley.
Hi.
So welcome, Ashley. And I just want you to know something about my friend Ashley. A couple things about her. First of all, she is wearing the same suit as me. It's a little bit of a different style, but this is her first official debut of her director's suit. So look how beautiful she is. Drop a comment and let her know that you're excited to see her in her blue suit. If you are in her unit, definitely, give her a shout out as your director, or if you are her customer. She's super excited and proud that you were willing to give us a little bit of your time. She's also rocking a hot lip. I can't wait to hear about that. But I want you to know something about Ashley. Do you know that before she became a sales director, before she even became a consultant, before she even became a customer, she was a stranger to her beauty consultant, Alyssa O'Neill. She was not someone's best friend. She was not someone's sister. She was not someone's mother. Well, she actually is all of those things, but she was none of those things to Alyssa O'Neill. And Ashley Seifert was one of those people that probably didn't really know what she didn't know about this business opportunity. So I asked Ashley if I could ask her a question. It's actually the question I'm going to ask all the sales directors. So Ashley, could you please share with us what has been your biggest, perhaps most unexpected blessing as you've been building your Mary Kay business?
Yeah, so I love the question, and I'm excited, yes, to be wearing the suit tonight. Very exciting. And so when it comes to my biggest blessing, that was unexpected. Like Jen said, I really didn't know what I wanted when I joined Mary Kay. I say that in my story before, right? I wasn't really sure why I was even signing up. I just knew that I wanted to be a part of it. And so, in general, or kind of in this small statement, I'll say it's really around the self-development, but really bringing me to a confidence for me to be like my authentic self in a way, right? And it sounds kind of corny, but finding myself, right? And so when I did join Mary Kay, I joined for some fun. I was a worn out working mom, right, who didn't do anything for myself. I just wanted a charcoal mask experience and was starting to have a little bit of fun, right? And so I wanted something like that. But what I was doing at the time was basically what I thought I was supposed to be doing, right? I was working and I was momming and wifing and, going through the motions of life. But I was really unhappy. I wasn't really happy in that role, right? And so, over time through my business, it was not overnight. It definitely was gradual. It opened up my eyes and my heart to really realize that the real person that I actually am is this person. It's this person that I didn't know I was before Mary Kay, right? A confident woman who loved to feel good and make other people feel good and to connect with other women and to help them develop, right? And so I feel like I've found and really, found the person that God created me to be here in this life, right? And so rather than trying to fit in the box that was kind of given to me and I was really uncomfortable in, now I, not only know that this is what I love to do, but it's given me the confidence to really own that and say, you know what, I love doing this and I deserve to do something that I love, right? And that I am passionate about. And so, it's funny you mentioned the lipstick because 3 years ago, I would not have been wearing this lipstick, right? So that's part of the confidence right there. So it's, just being able to have fun and like do things that I want to do because it makes me feel good and not worrying about what other people think, right? So that's definitely been a big blessing for me.
So I love that. I love that you talked about the lipstick, which is what shade, by the way? What do
This
you wear?
is the pink lip kit from the
I thought
spring.
so. The new
Yes.
pink lip kit. So grab those quickly, guys, because they're limited edition. So if you want to try that, you need to get it from your beauty consultant. I'm actually wearing the nude lip kit. So there you go. So I love that you talked about the fact that confidence to be you. Like you were all the molds of the other people, but the confidence to be you. And one thing I know about the people that you lead, they love you and they love your own authenticity and they love, that you're real and you do have a real life and you still have all these balls in the air, but you decided to make this an important part of your life. And we're very, very grateful for that and very, very proud of you for that. And I love that you talked about a charcoal mask experience. So if you are a customer and you have no idea what a charcoal mask experience is, you need to reach out to your beauty consultant and say, I want one of those because it's free and it sounds fun. So you need to make sure that you hook up for a charcoal mask experience soon, quickly. So super excited about that. So Ashley, I do know that even though Mary Kay has become a top priority in your life, obviously you are a mom to 2 little girls, you're a wife, you do work still a full-time job, at least for now. You have church things that you're responsible for. So in all the lists of everything that you do, can you give us a time management tip for people that think, I might consider Mary Kay if I just was able to find the time? How would you answer that question?
Yeah, something that I always say is working your Mary Kay business does not require an 8-hour shift, right? You don't have to punch in and punch out. For me, what has been really critical and super helpful is finding 15 minutes in a day, somewhere in the day, to do something with my business, right? In 15 minutes, you can do a whole bunch of stuff. You can make a sale, you can do a reach out to a customer, get a booking, you can go live in your group, you can have an appointment, right, in 10 minutes. Like there's so much you can do in just little snippets of time that you can fit in around your other schedule when you're sitting in the car pickup line at school or when you're on your lunch break at work. You really can get creative and find little pockets of time to work your business in. So I would just say, look for those little windows and make it happen.
I love that. I love that. It's really about being on purpose with your time. And I'm super proud of you for that. I know we are super excited to watch you continue to grow. Susan is saying Ashley is rocking the Mary Kay experience, and she's my beautiful daughter. Yay!
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mom. We love it. We love it. And this really is a family business because your family always supports us, and we love that for sure. So we appreciate that. Okay, Ashley. Well, thank you for your time. So super excited, and we can't wait to watch you continue to grow. See you, girlfriend.
Bye.
Okay, super duper. So that is our newest sales director in Mary Kay. She's been a sales director for 2 months. So super excited. Keep watching that name because she's going to take off for sure. So the next friend that I'm going to invite you to meet is my friend from all the way into a whole nother state. And that is my friend, Alyssa D. So I'm going to bring Alyssa into the stream. There she is. And what I want to tell you about Alyssa is a couple different things. Number one, she is not only phenomenal at selling this product, she is phenomenal at sharing her ideas of how to sell this product. So many of us, whenever we're working on our diamonds and our fun things that we try to shoot for every year, we reach out to Alyssa and we say, what did you do? How did you make this happen? And she loves, loves, loves to share her ideas. Also, I want to remind you, like I said, Alyssa is actually from New Jersey. So I'm coming to you live from the greater Pittsburgh area, and we're now streaming together from New Jersey. She's in New Jersey because we do not have territories in Mary Kay. So literally wherever you have a friend or a family member or someone who loves the product, they can try the product, they can be your customer, and they can even become one of your beauty consultants on your team or become a sales director anywhere in the United States because we do not have territories in Mary Kay. So with that being said, I'd like to ask Alyssa to unmute, and I'm going to ask her the same things. So Alyssa has been in Mary Kay longer than Ashley has. And I know that through her journey, she also has found unexpected blessings or unexpected things in Mary Kay. So can you share with us, Alyssa, something that was unexpected about your business?
Sure. I think a lot of things have been unexpected blessings from my business. And one of them, one of the first ones I noticed was that I came from a corporate world, we're male dominated, high tech world. And I had to be so staunch and, pretty much pants only. And although I didn't ever mind wearing dresses and skirts and stuff like that and being more feminine, I didn't really know how to after 15 years in that world. And then I came into Mary Kay and it took me a while to come in, but once I did, I was like, wow, this is a whole new world. I can work with women and be feminine and be that without having to worry about someone saying, oh, she's not professional at all. She doesn't know anything. Whereas before, I was have to prove what I know. Whereas here, I didn't have to prove what I know. I just had to do what felt right and be able to relate to women. And I was able to transition into not such a hard-nosed business person, but I could just be more relaxed and still be professional, but not the traditional, professional male-dominated world thing. And I got to be a part of this self-care world and being able to morph from this typical dominant and super analytical type person into someone who's truly even across all the personality types. Literally, when I take the DISC personality test, I used to be this D, you know what they are, D for dominant and C for analytical and conscientious and all that. And everything had to be uptight. And now literally I'm 25% across the board. And it's kind of crazy. And that's unusual, but I always was able to relate to different types of people and kind of fit in anywhere. But now I feel like I really am all those people in one, all rolled into one, not schizophrenic, but
It's more personalities, right?
Yeah, not multiple personalities, but it kind of all rolled into one. And I just, it feels very natural to me, but I never realized that could be me. And I was never into, big jewelry like this, the prizes. And took me a long time to get used to that, but wearing my engagement ring was oh my God, it's so huge. And now I have diamond rings from the company. I'm ooh, what's this one about? And before it was oh God, I could never, I had to be, kind of discreet about the jewelry and stuff like that, not being flaunting it. And not that I flaunt it, but just enjoy it. Right. And and I never liked being on stage for anything. Like I was the information person. I still am. I mean, I'm still the information monger and all that. And I like to know a lot of things. But for some reason, when I started Mary Kay, I didn't feel like I needed to know everything. But in other businesses or jobs that I had prior to that, like I kind of felt like I needed to know it all in order to do anything, like so much training necessary before I started. And I was trained to just do it, and that the activity would bring everything else and bring the confidence. And wow, did it. Like, people don't believe me now when I say that I was super shy and I couldn't talk in front of a group. I could talk in front of a big group because you can look over everyone's head, but I couldn't talk to people like around a table that was more than like just 2 or 3 people. And now, like, I really have no problem with that at all. So just the personal growth that came with this as part of, like, it came in my starter kit, has just been eye-opening to me. And my favorite part is watching other women start like all tight and
right,
into their own worried about people are thinking, into blossoming into this beautiful person who can really conquer the world. And it's just really kind of fun to watch that and help people grow to that.
I love that. And I love the fact that you know how it felt for yourself to kind of feel like you were put into a mold that you really didn't fit into. You know, it's like if you have like a Jello mold and you pour the Jello in and it oozes all over the sides and everything, and you're like, this isn't really working out. And that's who you were. You were the feminine, I want big jewelry. You just didn't know that yet. And now, because you have mastered that skill, you are so much more confident and able to applaud women to that level of success as well. And I'm super proud of you. We've been friends for over a decade, and I have watched you grow and become that woman, and just so proud of you. You're always willing to learn. And I also want to remind all the consultants and any guests that are watching what Alyssa said about the fact that you won't join Mary Kay and learn and know everything. Alyssa D does not know everything. I do not know anything. None of the directors you're hearing know everything, but we are willing to be open vessels and learn as we go. So that is very, very important. So Alyssa, before I let you go, can you share in about 30 seconds a quick time management tip? Because I know your daughter graduates high school tomorrow, and you fit in still doing this live stream with us, even everything else. So just in 30 seconds, tell us something quick that you do.
Sure. So, I mean, really, my kids were 4 and 7 when I started this business, and now they're 20 and 17. And my tip about time would really be that what I've always done is done my business alongside of everything else I had going on. So there was, various different points in my life, whatever I was involved in terms of volunteering at the schools or being at my kids' sporting events or whatever, I didn't really miss any because I felt like I was able to work my business in a casual way without being overwhelming or overbearing or like salesy with anyone. And just kind of sitting on the bleachers watching a baseball game, for instance, since it's spring, almost summer, just bringing my little mini kit with me and sharing it with the person next to me because I loved it so much. And just my excitement and enthusiasm really helped me do that. But just kind of that one-on-one that I was so much better at also at the beginning. But then donating to gift baskets and basket auctions and teacher appreciation events and, other kind of social events that were going on, that I would always donate a gift certificate or something else. And I got to be known as someone who would always donate. So, and what do you put out in the world comes back to you tenfold, make it good. Yeah. So kind of just being wherever I am and working my business in that environment, in a casual way, not like in a salesy way.
Right. Just whatever you're doing anyway, just bringing the gift of you and your business. All right. I absolutely love it. Okay. Well, thank you, Alyssa. We know you have a million things to do. Thank you for joining us during this time. All right. See you, Alyssa. Okay. All right. So far, I hope you're loving the energy and seeing that we all look different. We all talk different. We all have different focuses and different strengths. And that's really what brings us all together, because when you bring enough different things together, you cover everything across the board. So the next friend that I want you to introduce, I want to introduce you to, is my friend Barbie Sakasi. And Barbie is, yes, we know she's absolutely adorable and we love her and we all could just stare at her for days and she's so stinking cute. But I want to tell you something special about my relationship with Barbie. You see, we have a program in Mary Kay and it's called the Adoptee program. And Barbie works with my sales directors. She works with the directors that you've met already and the 2 that you're going to meet going forward. She works directly, personally with me. We do events together. We talk together. We share ideas together. But Barbie and I never make money off of each other. So I do not support Barbie, and Barbie does not support me out of a monetary gain. That is not the Go Give system in Mary Kay. You see this little pin that I have up here, wrong side. This means that when you help enough other people get what they want, you will get what you want. And it's not all reflective of immediately making money from each other. So no matter where you live in the United States, or no matter where you team build in the United States, someone local can support you and support your team member's business without making a monetary without making any commission, but just out of the Go Give spirit and wanting to support each other and love each other and see each other be successful. So my friend Barbie is going to unmute, and she's going to share with you a hidden, unexpected blessing that she didn't know was coming from her Mary Kay business. Can you share, Barbie?
Yes, thanks, Jen. Hi, friends. Thanks for watching this. Well, the biggest unexpected blessing for me, I would say, would be the flexibility to be able to sprinkle this in during all seasons of your life. I started when I was, a single broke college girl. I've had this business through being a young professional in, corporate America, being married without children, married with kids. And, you can just sprinkle it in during all the seasons of life, even in between all those things. Plus, the other really cool, unexpected blessing is the ability that we have to really take our business anywhere. I mean, we were doing the virtual thing right before it was even the cool thing to do. So if you have a phone, you can literally take your business wherever you want to go on the road. It's really fun.
Okay, sorry. I was trying to unmute, but I was clicking the wrong microphone. Okay. So glad that you brought up the fact that before it was even cool, we were doing virtual, and I was trying to take a selfie of us in there. That's why I was kind of preoccupied there. But I love the fact that this business has grown with you as a person. It has completely grown with your family. It has grown with your goals. I know your unit is just so excited to support what is next for you. And 100% all of the little hidden things that came. Probably you knew a little bit about the money, probably you knew a little bit about the amazing products, but all the extra things that come along building this business as you become a wife, as you become a mom, as you become all the other things, and now a Premier Plus director working towards Pink Cadillac. So super excited about that. So with all the things you juggle in your life, I'm going to ask you for a time management tip. Her first time management tip would be, if you live close enough, hire my daughter to babysit your 3 children, because that has become a time management tip for Barbie. But if you are not close enough to that, or you want to hear the other ways that Barbie maximizes her time, I know she has something to share with you.
Yes, absolutely. Delegation is key. But what I want to share with you tonight is the importance of making time for you. It was mentioned earlier about, self-care and how that's so important. Well, it really is important for you to make sure that your cup is filled, because I know if you're watching this right now or on replay, you are pouring into so many other lives, and you are influencing so many others around you, probably more than you even realize it, in your community, your families, your friends, and your household. So a quick little tip for you is to find some time within the day. It doesn't have to be in the morning. Oh, that's my preferred time. And it may require you to get up just a little bit earlier, but that's okay. It'll be worth it. Is a miracle morning. If you've ever heard of it, it's spelled out SAVERS. So the S is for silence. Take some time to just have some silence, whether, it's prayer, it's meditation, whatever that looks like for you. The A is for an affirmation. Say something positive to yourself about yourself. That is so key, especially today, right? With all those things that are floating around in our head, right? Make sure you are the strongest voice feeding yourself, and that make sure that it's all goodness. The V, visualize how you see yourself or what you want to achieve. Yes, it's so powerful. You've got to see it in your mind before it can become reality. E, exercise. It can be for 1 minute or longer. Hey, seriously, you can do it. The R, read. Make sure you're feeding your mind again with personal growth. And if you're looking for a recommendation, ask whoever invited you onto this tonight for a recommendation on a good read. And S, scribe. Make sure you have a gratitude journal. Write down all of the things that you are grateful for. There is so much power to actually putting it pen to paper instead of just thinking it in your mind, actually writing it down. So this is what's known as savers. It's part of a miracle morning, but you could do it at any point during the day. And there were 6 things I shared. You could seriously just do 1 minute for each. That's 6 minutes. Could you get up 6 minutes earlier? Yes, I think you could do it. Or you can spend longer on that if you want. But that's my best tip for you. Don't forget about you.
Yes, I love it. And you sound like Mary Kay Ash saying you can do it and reminding everybody that we are capable, right? Get up 6 minutes early, find 6 minutes on a lunch break, stay up 6 minutes later. Honestly, that is what we're asking of you. Okay. All right. Thank you, Barbie. All right. And as I say goodbye to Barbie, I want to ask you guys, if you're watching this as a consultant, I would love for you to comment something that you've learned already before I even introduce you to the last 2 sales directors. But I'd love a comment from you as a consultant, because that's going to stay up in the stream for people that watch this as a replay. And if you're watching this as a guest, I would love it if you would just comment a heart if you're willing to have an individual conversation with the person who invited you to this YouTube link and her sales director, because she's probably working on a huge goal and she's probably a little bit nervous to say to you, oh, but guess what? You'd really be helping me. So I'm going to take responsibility to tell you that you will be helping her, and her director has other prizes to give away if you are willing to do a 3-way call where it's you and the person who invited you to this YouTube link and the sales director. So drop a heart so that your beauty consultant knows to follow up with you. Okay, so thank you. Keep commenting the tips and letting us know what you're excited about. All right, so the next friend I'm gonna bring on is Laura Asef. And Laura is a little bit unique in this group because she actually was my friend before she became a beauty consultant or before she became an independent sales director. The others I kind of met through the business, or I met them as a customer. I didn't really know them on as much of a personal level, but Laura and I had gone to lunch as friends. We'd had other networking things that we did as friends, and we did really build a relationship. And one day Laura had the bright idea that it'd be a great idea for her to save 50% on her products. So if that sounds exciting to you, your beauty consultant wants to talk to you about 50% off your skincare. And then a couple of years or a couple months or years later, I don't even know, lost track of time, she decided it would be a bright idea to become a sales director. I, of course, never planted these seeds in her mind, but she didn't know what she didn't know. And she is now being celebrated as the sales director of a pink Cadillac unit. Yes, I had someone else today text me that they saw me on Sunday. No, you did not see me on Sunday. I was in Virginia. You saw my Offspring sales director, Laura Asef, in her pink Cadillac in the same zip code as me. So I'm excited to ask Laura. Oh, she's already unmuted. I'm excited to ask her to share because she is just so eloquent with sharing her blessings. But I know she has something a little bit special to share with you guys that was maybe a hidden or an unexpected blessing that has come to her through this business. Laura?
So hello, everyone, and thank you for watching. Consultants and clients, we just always appreciate that we're able to share, and we just hope some little thing that we share will touch your heart or inspire or make you think a new thought. So when I met Jen and I hopped on board, and I had been using Mary Kay forever, but my previous Mary Kay consultant had retired, I said to her, I'm just going to use the product because I had done direct sales before, 18 years actually. And I said, I'm not going to do direct sales anymore. I'm over that, I'm kind of moving on. And actually I was a professional life and business coach at the time. So I hopped on board Mary Kay, that was 8 years ago. And actually for 4 years, I was what we call personal use or friends and family consultant. So in the third, almost 4th year, I kind of caught the bug and really started catching the passion of this company and what it can do for women and the unlimited opportunities. In fact, I remember the night that something switched, and it was a night with a whole row of women standing in front of the room, and they were talking about what different levels in our career could earn. I'm an engineer by trade. I had a sales engineering job. I have an MBA. So before I became a stay-at-home mom, I had a very nice salary. And then we have 4 children, and not just 4 children, we have 4 boys, and they eat a lot and they play a lot of sports. And so I've always done things from home so that I could be flexible and be there for them. But always wanted to bring in some extra income to help with expenses. So money can get my attention because I know there's some power in it. And I remember one woman saying, well, as a consultant, you can earn $5,000 to $25,000 a year, depending on how many clients you have and, how much time you put in. Okay. And they were kind of going down the line. And then they said, and as a sales director, you can earn $5,000 to $25,000 a month. And she just kind of rolled it off of her tongue. And I kind of leaned in, and I think I even said to Jen, seriously, like $5,000 to $25,000. And Jen is like, yeah, as she's carrying her designer handbag and expensive shoes she's wearing and all that. So that got my attention, and I decided to make a shift, and it has been an incredible blessing. I was a leader with the other company. So I will be honest and say, when I told Jen, I'm just going to become a sales director, I knew that would happen. I was confident. I had the visualization. I just saw that happening. When I became a sales director, here's what happens that nobody tells you about. So people start looking at you and say, well, you are going to earn a car now, right? Well, I hadn't really thought about that. And you can earn a car as a consultant. You can drive a free car as a consultant, but then there's other levels of cars that you can only earn as a director. And we have one woman in Pittsburgh who literally says, when you're a sales director, you better be earning a car. So she really kind of lays down the law. And so my first thought was, I don't think I can earn a car. I mean, other people earn cars and they're real hot shots, but I don't see myself doing that. So all of a sudden, momentum started building, and we had some higher numbers happening in our unit. And Jen pointed out, oh my gosh, look at what you're doing, and you're on track to earn a car. And so, to make it quick, we earned a Chevy Malibu. 3 months later, we earned the Equinox, and a year later, the pink Cadillac. Okay, did you guys catch that I have 4 boys? And I'm driving a pink Cadillac. And it's super fun since I live in the town Jen lives in. When she came over with her pink Cadillac, I remember my oldest saying to her, how long did it take you? And he's very inquisitive. And he loved the Bose sound system in the car. That got his attention. And her name on the dashboard. And she said, it won't take your mom as long as it took me because I figured out how to do it. And that is the other really cool thing. So one thing is, opening up my mind to bigger things than I could even imagine is definitely a skill I did not have before Mary Kay. We teach it. We call it lifting the lid and removing belief barriers. And we train on that and teach on that. And we teach you how to achieve amazing things. The other thing that has been a huge blessing is my kids are watching. And so when I started, Patrick, our youngest, was in 1st grade. He's now got his permit. So he's going into 10th. And it's just crazy because all along the time, they have all watched Earn the Cars, and the cars are what gets the men's attention. My husband too. He even said, if you ever have something to do with Mary Kay, like feel free to not cook or whatever. I'm thinking, I already do that. But now I have permission now that a new car is in the driveway, right?
Yes.
So that was a tremendous blessing, is learning that and being able to show my children.
I love that. I love that, because what is caught is so much greater than what is taught. And when we show them that we set bigger goals than maybe we even believe in the moment, but we're willing to at least work for it, sometimes we even miss the goals, but the lessons we learn along the way are what we pass on. So absolutely love that. Okay. So Laura, if you could just really quickly, now we're getting a little bit short on time, but I asked you guys also if you could share a time tip. And I know you do manage a household. You do have 4 boys. Your husband is in the military and all the other things. So could you share with us?
Mine is super quick. Do a brain dump once a week. Just write out everything that you're thinking about that you need to do. And then do 6 things. You make a 6 most important things list for each day, because honestly, you cannot get more done than 6. It's a fact. And then here's the key that most people miss. Take your to-do and schedule them into your calendar. Until you find a time to get the to-do done, it's not going to get done, and you're going to be carrying it over day to day to day. So you need to assign a time to your to-do.
I love that. And then the things you're trying to creatively avoid, you still will do, because if it's scheduled, it's just like a dentist appointment, a haircut, it's on your calendar and you have to do it. All right. Thank you, Cadillac Sales Director of the Cadillac unit, Laura Asaph. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. All right. So I hope you're enjoying. Thank you for commenting, all the consultants. Again, guests, if you're watching this live, we'd love to see your heart to let us know that you're willing to be open and hear a little bit more, even if it's just for practice, even if you know this is nothing that you'd be interested in. Our job really is just to share the facts and to help our consultants learn how to share the facts. Okay. So I'd like you to meet my last sales director, and I saved her for last on purpose. And this is my Alyssa O. And the reason is because our directors were a little bit in an order, if you will. And Alyssa right now not only is celebrated as a Pink Cadillac sales director, leading a Pink Cadillac unit, but she also is the #1 unit in our future area right now. So they are climbing those rungs, not only hitting a unit club, but hitting their first ever unit club. And the first level of unit club, they're $100,000 over what they needed to hit the minimum of what they needed to make that happen. So if you're not in the Mary Kay world, you're kind of like, what is that all about? But you hear me say that $100,000 over the bar that they needed to hit, you know that that is a big deal and that is a hot shot. And I've had the privilege of watching Alyssa O grow up from a very young teenager all through the different stages, and watch her grow and her family grow and her spirituality grow and so many other things. And I know that that is what she wants to share with you guys tonight, is there was a hidden blessing in her starter kit. And I'm going to let you share now, Alyssa.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh. First of all, didn't know that. Well, I didn't really know we were the #1 unit. Never thought about that in your future area. So, yeah, audacious achievers. So proud. I'm always so humbled to just lead an amazing group of women. And when I think about, so in Mary Kay, we name our units when we become sales directors. And so initially I kind of just like thought of that like off the cuff. And over the years, I've been a sales director for, I think it's 5.5 years or something like that. Or no, 6 years, and almost 6.5. And I think about that name, Audacious Achievers, and my unit just truly lives up to that name. So super proud of them. But the biggest blessings, unexpected blessings that I found in my unit is that I truly now believe, being in this business, it'll be 11 years 11 years in July, is that I truly believe that this is the best self-development experience a person could give themselves. Like, I truly believe that with all of my heart, because I started this business as a ripe, young 22-year-old who really was not happy with, what I had decided for myself in my life, right? Because we are where we are by the choices that we make or allow other people to make for us. And so I was in a job I didn't love. We were living very much paycheck to paycheck, and I just wasn't happy. And we just bought our first house. We were planning a wedding, and this business helped me to grow tremendously as a person. Like, tremendously as a person. There are skills that you can learn as an independent beauty consultant that I really think you have to pay to get other places. Like, when you start this business for $30 or $130, you legit get a free business coach. And I was so blessed that Jen Albertini was my free business coach. And I think she did a little more than business coaching with me, because I was 22 and I needed a whole lot of help. No, I was a bit of a hot mess, but I did have some things together. But, time management skills, I learned those. Money management skills, I learned those, and Lord knows I needed to as a young 22-year-old. People skills, I learned how to approach people, how to talk to people the right way, how to listen more than talk, which I think is a skill that if everyone in the world learned, the world would be a better place. Emotional management. Do you ladies remember what it was like in your 20s? Like, there's a whole lot of emotional management that needs to come into play as you kind of navigate your way through that new chapter in your life. And I feel so blessed that I got to do that as a part of Mary Kay, because that has molded me into the person I am today and the woman that I am today. But the biggest place where I have grown that was not expected was my spiritual growth. And that is something that I just feel incredibly blessed. I know for a fact, whether you're a spiritual person or not is okay. You don't have to be a Mary Kay. But for me, I was not expecting to get that out of this. I knew it was a Christian-based company, but I didn't really understand the magnitude of what that meant. And so to be surrounded by women who shared the same morals and values and belief systems, and even some who didn't, but were just really good people, really has helped me to grow as a person. But I know that God placed this business opportunity in my life when he did, because he knew that I needed it at that time in my life. And so I have just grown so much from someone who used to go to church every Sunday and felt like I had this really awesome relationship to, you know, doing devotionals every morning and just understanding how if I take God as my business partner and I make myself a vessel for him, that, you know, sky's the limit, whatever, you know, he wants for my life. And I'm just willing to live that out. And I get to bless other women along the way. So this has become my form of ministry.
Yes.
If you are a faith-based person, you know that we are all called to ministry in some form or fashion in our life. And this is my form of ministry, is blessing other women's lives. Because when you bless a woman's life, that doesn't just affect her, that affects her whole situation, her family, her home, her extended family, how she is in her regular, you know, other job that she might have or other commitments. So that's been a huge unexpected blessing for me.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So many little nuggets, and you have been in this business a long time. So you have had a lot of hidden blessings. So I know it was a little bit hard for you to come up with something to share, but I love how you wrapped it all together. I love how you talk about the fact that, you know, we are called to you know, for ministry. And it leads me to something also to remind people, and I know this is very passionate of yours, Alyssa, is, you know, when someone becomes a beauty consultant in Mary Kay, much like Laura shared, they kind of know in their heart that they're called for more. They're called for a different level. And, you know, we heard a quote a few years ago from the stage from the #1 sales director. And she said, if you are called to lead, for God's sake, lead. So and I just gave myself chills. So we're saying that now to the beauty consultants that are watching this. You know, if you know that you've been called to lead, that you have a story to tell, that, you know, you're someone that is just a safe haven for women and women sharing their stories, you need to really pray about that and decide what you want to do with that through this Mary Kay business. And the same thing if you're a guest on here, you know, maybe you've never thought about selling lipstick, or you've never thought about selling moisturizer, but guess what? Maybe you have a story to tell. And we are a faith-based company. We are a Christian company, and we are allowed and encouraged to share our personal stories. So thank you, Alyssa, for reminding everybody of that. And if you could also just quickly, like I asked everybody else, super fast, just share a time-saving tip between managing your household of 4 kids, the youngest just turning 1, and of course, Danny being an entrepreneur as well. Can you share a tip with us?
Yeah, so my tip is to delegate. Like, you do not have to be everything to everyone. So stop thinking that you do. I still remember a conversation that Jen Albertini and I had about 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. I used to vacuum my house every day, like multiple times a day, because we had 2 dogs. And she was like, Alyssa, you're stressed about this. Like, why don't you hire some help? And I was like, hire help? Like, cleaning lady? Me? Like, won't people think that, oh my gosh, she is a cleaning lady? Like, what will they think of me? And then I realized that they don't pay my bills and they don't need to deal with how I feel. And if it makes my life easier, I need to delegate it out. So I have a cleaning lady, have for years, and I love it. They come every week and I'm just like, oh, thank the Lord you're here. Perfect timing. But no, honestly though, we get so hung up on all the things we think we have to be for everybody, and you don't. And so make a list of the things that, you know, take up your time and figure out, is there a place where I can delegate? And, you know, in my business, being a mom of 4 kids, people will say, well, like, how do you do this with 4 kids? And they're home, as I homeschooled this year. And, you know, my husband really helps, but it's because we've had a conversation about it. And it's because I work this business as a business, and he sees the income come in and he sees the potential, because I am going to give this 110% at whatever level I can at that time. So you just need to know that you can delegate, you can enroll your family to help, and you can really just have whatever you want if this is something that you think could benefit your life. Like, think a year from now, how could my life be different if I was an independent beauty consultant? And a year from now, how could my life be different if I wasn't? And if there is no difference, then you have nothing to lose by spending $30 and trying it.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. I love that. I love that. And I know time management is something that you've learned along the way, and definitely delegating, because nobody can vacuum as good as Alyssa O'Neill. But also, when she gave up those things, those tasks that someone else could do, is when she saw the personal growth and the spiritual growth and the business growth and all the other things. So sometimes you have to take a cork out of what's holding you back. And I'm super proud of you, Alyssa, for doing that. So, all right. Thank you, Alyssa. All right. So before I let you go, I do just want to say really quickly that Alyssa D did bring up the fact that this business is not just for Christians, and that is true. That's why I did specifically say that it is faith-based. So we are, completely open to everybody, and everybody feels safe in Mary Kay. We have so many people of different religions and different nationalities and different parts of the country and different parts of the world, and people look different. You only have to be 18. So imagine how we look at 18 compared to how I look today at 50. So everybody is totally welcoming. And for sure, that is an important part of this business, that there is no cookie cutter Mary Kay image. So thank you for that. So keep commenting, keep doing that. I want to share a couple things before I let you go. If you are sitting there saying to yourself, why not? Why not? Why not you? Why not now? Guess what? I agree with that, because I want you to know that it is a two-part decision. You can choose right now through the end of this month to spend $30 and get active, or get a business with Mary Kay. $30 gets you a professional website and the availability to accept credit cards, or you can do $130, which gets you the full-size kit. That's right, seeing people face-to-face, in person, having full-size products to be able to share and demo and have them love, plus the other things that I mentioned. So it's a two-part decision. Do you want to invest $30 or $130? And that is definitely something that your beauty consultant can share more information about with you. So if you, again, are sitting there and wondering, why not you? Why not now? I encourage you to think about making this decision. Now, we have a little saying in Mary Kay, and that's going to be that when we get off of this live stream, whether you're watching it live with us or whether you're watching it as a replay, you're going to have 100 things hit you. Somebody's going to need a diaper change. The garbage is going to be overflowing. Maybe you haven't even had dinner yet. The dog needs to go out, whatever. Well, guess what? When you lay your head on your pillow tonight and you close your eyes, if you count pink sheep, pink sheep, pink sheep, jumping over a fence, guess what? That means Mary Kay has been laid on your heart. That means that you probably haven't been called to at least find out the facts about this Mary Kay business opportunity. Your beauty consultant gets credit when she's able to share with you. And what I need you to do right now for me, after you watch this live stream, whether you're watching it live or watching it as a replay, is I need you to reach out to the consultant who invited you to watch. And I need you to give her a number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Number 1 means, thank you. I enjoy paying full price. I want to remain a customer. And we are grateful for you. 2 means you have a little bit of interest. 3 means, well, don't do a 3 because I'm blonde and it's way too confusing. 4 means, I think this is for me. I have $30, but I have a couple more questions. And if 5 means, I accidentally spent $30 at Target an hour ago, I need to be a part of this Mary Kay business opportunity. And Jen Albertini is giving you a free gift. I'm giving you something free for being a 5 and for becoming a part of our Mary Kay family on behalf of listening to this live stream, live or as a replay. So reach out to your beauty consultant, give her your number 1 through 5, and we are excited to share with you and meet you. Mwah. Have a blessed day.